Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. As usual, I have a number of household projects that you and I can at least attempt to tackle today. We need to peel and preserve all of this homegrown garlic. I want to paint the parlor door and harvest a head of cabbage and make cabbage steaks for dinner. So first things first, let's head outside to trim and clean up all of this garlic. This is the hardneck garlic that you and I planted together last October and that we harvested in mid-July. Even when hardneck garlic is properly cured, it does not have a long shelf life. My plan is to puree and freeze the garlic. This way, it will remain fresh and wonderful for up to 1 year. Just now, I'm trimming the stems and roots and cleaning off any clinging dirt. I'm actually dreading the work involved in peeling all of this garlic, but it's a job that must be done. I'm grateful that you are here to keep me company while I tackle this difficult project. I need to separate the individual cloves and peel them. Oh, this is beautiful garlic. This is hardneck garlic. I think it would be fun to have a garlic trimming and peeling party. Of course, if I held such a party, I'd need to offer plentiful white wine or maybe gin, just to keep my friends interested in the job. I just remembered the quickest way to loosen the individual cloves. Whack the garlic head with a mallet. And they're coming right out. One last garlic head. I need to wash my hands. Well, this was a job. And now we have to peel all of the individual cloves. Normally, I would just mash a clove and remove the paper, but then a viewer sent me something. And the gift is from viewers Mike and Maren Bartlett. My wife and I both adore your YouTube channel. We got you this magic garlic peeler to make the job so much easier. Thank you so much, Mike and Maren. And here it is, garlic peeler. I have been intrigued by this thing since it first came on the market, I think in the 1980s. So it's a silicone device. Actually, it looks like there are two in here. Going to need another board to help contain my mess. Let's see how this thing works. So you put a garlic clove. Actually, they show on the box that they put several cloves in at one time. And then you push down and roll. I think I'm doing that right. Let's see what happens. So far, nothing happened. Am I doing this wrong? Oh, I heard paper come off. Ooh, look at that. A perfectly, well, almost perfectly peeled garlic clove. And that can go in this bowl right here. Let's try doing a few cloves at one time. Well, I think this might work better for garlic that has cured for a long time. So I am certainly going to keep this garlic peeling device. But I think today, I'm just going to use my usual routine, smash. And off comes the paper. In the comments, let me know if you've had great luck with these silicone garlic peelers. I think the concept is terrific. Well, this job seems to be taking forever. So we just Googled how to peel mass quantities of garlic. And Google said, microwave it for 15 to 20 seconds. And I think you do it in one layer, so I'm going to try that. Okay, let's see if this worked. I think it worked a little bit. I think it works. I'm going to try microwaving this again, but for 30 seconds. I think the 30 seconds did the trick. Well, the microwave seems to be doing the trick, so I'm going to continue with that method. Phew! About 1 hour later, we are done peeling all of that garlic. I need to get all of this cleaned up, and then we can start pureeing the garlic. Well, this was a bit of work preparing all of this garlic, but I honestly don't mind. That's just one of the things about growing your own food. You have to preserve it. Preserve it or lose it. So it's smooth sailing from here. We are going to puree all of this garlic and turn it into little clumps or pucks that we can freeze. I did the same method last year, and it worked out really, really well. Whenever I needed garlic, I didn't have to peel it. I just had to run to the freezer and grab a garlic puck or two. So this garlic can go right into the food processor. I'm going to break up the garlic to start. Then we can add just a small amount of olive oil to create a smooth puree. And that's it. So I have a couple of baking trays here and some silpat because I'm out of parchment. Someone sent me this silpat and I really love it. And now we can form our little clumps, and I'm going to use my cookie scoop here. So I'm making these little clumps about the equivalent of 2 garlic cloves, 2 large garlic cloves. And we are not baking cookies here, so I don't have to worry about spacing these little clumps. I can put them as close to each other as I want. The only problem with these little pucks is that once you have them, you use them. They are so convenient because when you need garlic, it's already peeled and waiting for you. I have 2 more trays here. And we have, I guess, 66 pucks here that can go into the freezer. And once these are solidly frozen, I will simply transfer them to freezer bags. And after that garlic job, I am hungry. Lunch will be simply cold cuts. This is, I think, Genoa salami and cheese. And since it is a beautiful day outside, I'm going to enjoy this little snack in the serpentine garden. I think we can add some homegrown zucchini to this plate. I actually enjoy raw zucchini straight from the garden. A humble meal, but it will be a delicious meal. After the much-needed lunch break, I now have enough energy to tackle the parlor door project. The door's inside panels are in dire need of painting. Here, I'm sticking paint swatches on the door in hopes that I can identify the existing paint color. Unfortunately, none of my color swatches are a match, so we will proceed with Plan B. I will scrape off a piece of loose paint and bring it to the hardware store. The store has a computerized color identification system. Apparently, this is not my lucky day. The computer failed to match the paint color. To make life easier, I selected a quart of semi-gloss paint in a shade called White Dove. I will also buy a new brush and a small paint bucket. Mission accomplished. And compared to processing all of that garlic, this was an easy job. I'm going to get cleaned up here, and then we can head outside to fetch some cabbage. So this is the Savoy cabbage that you and I planted together. And I am going to turn it into cabbage steaks. Now I'm keeping the core intact because I want the leaves to remain intact. And I'm going to cut this cabbage into roughly 3/4 of an inch slices. Just like this. And I did find some parchment, so I've lined my baking tray. I can put the cabbage over here. I'm going to do 2 steaks today. Then I will cover and refrigerate the remaining cabbage and either make more steaks with it or turn it into my cabbage casserole or even coleslaw. This cabbage is very clean. Now, even if you don't like cabbage, you might very well like cabbage steak. So the cabbage is coated with a sauce, and then it is roasted in a hot oven until it caramelizes, the cabbage I mean, and the cabbage becomes sweetly caramelized. So I have some olive oil in my little bowl here. I'm going to add some Worcester sauce, quite a bit of it because I want the sauce to turn dark. I'm also going to add a couple of the garlic pucks that you and I made earlier. I want to add a little ground pepper. Give this a whisk. Then I'm going to salt the cabbage lightly and brush it with the little sauce that we just made. Then I want to add just a light dusting of crushed red pepper flakes. Then we can flip the cabbage over and coat the other side. And then these go into a preheated 400-degree Fahrenheit oven for roughly 30 minutes or until the cabbage is nicely caramelized and tender. And while the cabbage is cooking, I'm going to fry up a couple of eggs. That way we can have some protein with our vegetarian steaks. Butter. olive oil, eggies, salt, pepper. And I think we will garnish everything with some parsley from the garden. Cover. These cabbage steaks look fabulous, and my whole kitchen smells like a New York steakhouse. An egg for each. Parsley. I think I will have some white wine with this dinner. Sauvignon Blanc. Oh my, this is exquisite. I love the crispy edge on the cabbage steaks, as well as the crispy edge on the fried eggs. For a vegetarian meal, this is spot on. Thank you so much for joining me today as we peeled and preserved all of that garlic. It feels great to have that project out of the way. And we visited the hardware store and bought paint, and we painted the parlor door, which was in dire need of painting, I might add. And then we made this truly fabulous dinner of cabbage steaks and eggs. I do a lot of cooking, gardening, and home decoration videos on this channel. So if any of those topics are of interest to you, I hope you will subscribe. And be sure to tap the little bell icon so that you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video. And the new video will come out on Sunday. And until then, please treat yourself very, very well. Try these cabbage steaks, and I will see you next time. Bye for now, friends.